So, Deutsch oder Englisch? Es sind viele, die heute kein Deutsch sprechen. Mehr wahrscheinlich. So, who does not speak German? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Und wer spricht kein Englisch? Nur kein Schorikund. Okay, dann spreche ich Englisch. Für meinen YouTube-Kanal for my YouTube channel is not so good. I have more videos which in German have more views. But anyway, I like you, so I speak English. I sacrifice my views for you. See how I like you. Very detrimental to my business. So, why are you sitting actually so far in the back? Huh? You like it, huh? It's cozy, it's warm, huh? Heating in behind you, huh? Anyway, you stay there. I don't force you. I force just the Prabhus if they sit there. Mataji said, no problem. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Presha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3. It's entitled The Status Quo, Chapter 1, Questions by Vidura, and we are reading text 33. Good. Kachichivam devaka boja putriya. Kachichivam devaka boja putriya. Vishnu prajaya iva deva matu. Vishnu prajaya iva deva matu. Yavaisva garbena dadara devam. Yavaisva garbena dadara devam. Traiyata yagya vitanamartam. Traiyata yagyam vitanamartam. Okay. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. As the Vedas are the reservoir of sacrificial purposes, so the daughter of King Devaka Bhoja conceived the Supreme Personality of Godhead in her womb, as did the mother of the demigods. Is she, Devaki, doing well? Purport. The Vedas are full of transcendental knowledge and spiritual values, and thus Devaki, the mother of Lord Krishna, conceived the Lord in her womb as the personified meaning of the Vedas. There is no difference between the Vedas and the Lord. The Vedas aim at the understanding of the Lord, and the Lord is the Vedas personified. Devaki is compared to the meaningful Vedas and the Lord to their purpose personified. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Nina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. So, this is an interesting comparison made here, that the Vedas are like a mother, and the knowledge, the purpose of the Vedas is then like the child. Yeah. So, meaning the Vedas should be read and used and utilized and understood. And because the Vedas in origin are the Lord, so the knowledge of the Vedas is also spiritual and can enlighten us, can free us from illusion. So in this regard, freeing us of illusion, we are in illusion that we think we are the body. We don't see that we lived many lives. We had so many lives, right? And every time still we think I'm the body, because we forget the last lives. There are people who remember their last lives. Sometimes they're children and they see something and they say, "Oh, mommy, I was already here. In my last life, I was doing this and that, this and that." And if they don't know, they are confused and think, "Oh, well, what is he talking about?" But there are people who research this and they write books and they document all the cases of children remembering things from their last life, and then they research what was it, what they were doing last life, and is this feasible, is it possible? And they find out, yeah, it's quite true. So we had so many lives. Sometimes even devotees want to know, what have I been in last life? It's actually very unnecessary. Maybe if you have a trauma, some psychic problem, psychological problem, maybe it's very interesting, it's important for you to know what happened in last life, to clear the trauma. Okay, yeah, that might be. But if it's not too, we shouldn't, what you gain from knowing what you have been in last life? You have been in last life more in Maya than now. It's not that you were more advanced than now, because if you would have been more advanced, you would have started in a better situation, not get born of some meat eaters and eat meat right as a child. Parents stuff their children already when they can start to chew, they get the first pig in their mouth, right? So not very advanced birth. We might think, oh, I'm a very advanced soul. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that the yogi who hasn't finished, but he understood at least something, in next life, automatically he picks up devotional service again. So you think, oh, I was yogi in last life, was great soul. But Rupa Goswami said also that you only can do devotional service if you did something in last life. You say, yes, I must have been a great devotee and now continue. Yeah, if it would be like this, why you born here in this Mlecha country where it's cold like hell? Yeah, they always say hot like hell, but there's also cold hell. It's called Bavaria. Yeah, so why or Alaska or like Antarctica or something like this, cold as hell, where people are very materialistic. So we understand, we are not that great. We like to think we are great. I like to think I'm great, of course. Who doesn't like that? Yes, I'm great. Also for book distribution, it's very good if you pump up their ego, pump up oh, you are so smart. Oh, really? There's a nice way of having some connection with the people. You ask them, okay, you say, this is about yoga, karma, reincarnation. Karma, you heard about karma? Yes. So what do you think about karma? And they say, oh, karma is something like, you do something good and some good comes back. And you say, oh, I like the way you said this. I like the way you put this. I would say, wow, very good. Great explanation. Right? You give them, oh, yeah, it's very good. Say, yes, feeling good. The ego is so easy to please, isn't it? Even he's lying. Coming, oh, Prabhu, you look so good today. You are so happy. You must have chanted very good chapel. It's just some maybe Vaishnava exchange, but it feels good, no? It's very easy to please people, actually. Okay, so we shouldn't think too much about last life. We should think more about future life. Also not too much. We should think about the present, what we should do now. This should be most important. But in order to make the present more relevant, maybe it helps to think at times about our future life. Because then we see, oh, the future life depends on the present. So I should take present more serious. Because that what I do now or don't do now or do wrong now, it will come back to me. So, illusions. So we are in this illusion. Good. I will tell you now a part of Bhagavatam from the 85th chapter of 10th canto. about Devaki. Okay. So who is Devaki? So who is Devaki? I assume you know, so you don't. You get no chance of answering. You proved that you know. I want to make others think a bit. Okay. Livia, but you must know. Okay. Livia? Krishna's mother. Okay. Who thinks something different? Other? Everyone agrees? Sure. Okay, you're very intelligent. That's true. Yeah, it's Devaki's mother. We should have some basic knowledge of Krishna Lila, yeah? Because sometimes I heard, oh, the devotees don't know this and that. Like yesterday when I asked, what is Advaita? Advaita Vedanta. And I asked, who does not know? Nobody raised their hand. I thought, wow, do you really know? So who can explain? Who could not explain what Advaita Vedanta is? Oh, no, maybe I could not. Yeah, we should be learned. Yeah, we don't have to be now professor or something. We don't have to sit on a vyasas and preach or this and that. Or, yeah, maybe not, but we should. Every one of us should have some basic understanding. Okay, so Devaki, of course, she's the mother of Krishna. And there's a very interesting, okay, to recap, Devaki, like let's say like this, all these personalities in Krishna's Lila, they play somehow or other, and this is a bit bewildering, a double role. In one sense, they play, or like even a triple role. In one sense, every one of them is the person in this Lila. Like Devaki is the mother, Vasudeva is the father, Nanda Maharaj is the stepfather, you could say, and Yashoda like this, and Balaram, and Uddhava, and the gopis, and the queens, and all that, right? It's a huge arrangement. It's a huge story, right? This Krishna Lila is actually a huge story with many actors. If you would make a movie out of 10th canto, it would be very long and very many actors. And not, like, there are many movies with many actors, but not many main actors. But this would have many main actors, like really important actors. So it's a huge drama. Yeah, Mahabharata also, but just Krishna Lila, it's a huge drama. And many actors. So they play their part in that what happened 5,000 years ago in this Krishna Lila. They have their role. But this is Vedic knowledge. We know they had some past lives, or they have some true identity. Yeah. So in one sense, one other layer of their identity is they are all demigods. The demigods appeared together with Krishna, with Vishnu, to liberate the earth, more or less. So they have their demigod personalities too. In one sense, you would say their real personality, because actually they are demigods. So this is like the second layer of identity. But then there is a third layer, which is their complete spiritual identity, because this whole Leela is not just a drama by Vishnu and his actors pretending now we are like humans, but actually the whole Leela is spiritual too. It's in the spiritual world too, where it's true identity. So all these actors have like a demigod representation and a Svarupa, eternal representation. And in Bhagavatam, it tends to more focus then, if it dissolves or it explains the drama, to tend to explain, actually these are all demigods. So when they return to their original position, they go back to the heavenly planets. It's not so much said about their spiritual, eternal position. So there is this switching between different illusions. One is called Yoga Maya and one is called Mahamaya. Yeah? Mahamaya illusion means if a spiritual being thinks to be matter. This is the Mahamaya, great illusion. And Yoga Maya means if a spiritual being thinks that God, Krishna or Vishnu, is not God, in order to love him more. This is a spiritual illusion. So the Bhagavatam, it seems to me on many points, dissolves a Yoga Maya as a Mahamaya. This is a little bit bewildering. Yeah, like, okay, maybe I'll tell the story. So, Devaki is the mother, and of course, she has many children. Yeah? She is imprisoned, right? She's imprisoned because she has a very rascal brother, or half-brother, step-brother, or cousin-brother, something like this, yeah? Because the brother is Kamsa. And why is Kamsa so mean to his sister? Why was I so mean to my sister? I was also imprisoning my sister. I remember now. I have some Kamsa attitude. I was locking her in the toilet. And I enjoyed when I turned off the light and she was screaming. Yes, scream more. Doesn't help anyways. She is a bit traumatized now. Oh. Anyways, poor girl. No, not that traumatized. Yeah, this is what big brothers do, huh? Enjoy being the big brother, right? Very mean. Okay, so Kamsa was on a huge ego trip because he heard that the child of his sister would kill him. And he wanted to avoid that. And he wanted to kill the sister immediately. What? The child of my sister will kill me? I have to kill my sister. Of course. Logic. Now, this is how rascals think. Somehow it got changed, and he was not killing her, but he imprisoned her. I mean, many details, I don't want to go into this, but he imprisoned her and put her in a prison together with Vasudev, her husband. And in this prison cell, somehow, I don't know if it was a prison cell like we imagine now, like some dungeon, and where it's dark and moist and chains, or if it was just they were locked in their palace. It's not 100% clear, right? Because somehow they were living many years like that, and they had children. Yeah. So if you are like married or you're a couple and you live in a prison cell, I don't know if it's the nicest place to make children, right? So I don't know if they've made family planning in such a situation, or it was more like they were locked to a palace and were not allowed to leave or something like this. Sometimes I think it was more like that, right? So they were kind of imprisoned, but at the same time had their liberties. Like nowadays, if a big guy gets into prison because he did something wrong, like, what is this name? I forgot. Anyway, good that I forgot this rascal's name, but one guy who was not paying his taxes, and then he's super rich. He's like a manager of one of the best football clubs in the whole world, and then they caught him. Oh, you were not paying taxes, and put him in prison. I don't think he has a too bad life in prison, not like some other criminal. It's often like this, not this political prisoners or this and that. Yeah, still have kind of a good life. Or mafia. If mafia goes into prison, right, they have all their connections and they kind of, it's okay. I'm locked 1 or 2 years, but anyway, I have all this stuff I need. So, anyway, so in the situation of being imprisoned, they had children. And they had 6 children. Not bad, huh? 6 children. And every time the child came, Kamsa came and killed the child. And we hear that story always. We hear the story always, but imagine you are a father, you are a mother. For us, most of us who don't have children, it's maybe a little difficult to imagine, but just imagine you have a child, right? I could imagine we are quite attached to a child. It should be like that, right? You are really, really, really attached. And a mother is like really, really attached to the child. Really. The bond between parents and child, and especially of the mother to child, is very, very strong. It's just like, this is your small self. Because it's like that. It's your small self, right? Mini-me. It's my mini-me. Right? It is me, just the small version, right? And I like this child then very much. Your son, you have a nice son. Like here, the children are there. So you're so attached. And the parents, and especially the mother, is very caring for the child always. Where's the child and how's it doing? Especially if they're very small. We have also here some mothers, and they run around with their children, and and they would never leave the children somewhere, like they go shopping, and then they put them maybe on the desk, and then they pay and go, and something. Oh, my child! Yeah. It wouldn't happen. It happens maybe with your money, with your wallet, even, right? But with your child, I think it's hard to imagine that you forget your child or something. Actually, there are some instances, but these are very horrible stories. I will not tell. couple of years ago. This was terrible. Anyways, I will not tell. It's too shocking. So people are very attached. So Devaki was very attached. Of course, she got a child, and Kamsa kills the child in front of your eyes. Imagine, like, your child is dying in front of your eyes. This is so terrible. This is so terrible. How must a person feel? It's like traumatized. It's like you see your child being killed, and this happened 6 times. 6 times. Very intense. Many, many years later, when Krishna was already grown up, was living in Dwarka. So Krishna was living in Dwarka, in this huge city, and he was living together with Devaki, with his mother. And so Devaki was very happy to have Krishna now as her son and living together with him. And then there was at one point a sun eclipse. A couple of days ago we had this moon eclipse, and it said this is very bad. And when this happens, you should not go in this moonlight or this sunlight, and you should go to a holy place, you submerge yourself in holy water or something like this, right? So there was a full sun eclipse, this 5,000 years ago. And the whole Yadu dynasty, and also the other great clans of this Vedic empire, they went to Kurukshetra. Because Kurukshetra is a holy place, and it said holy places protect you from influences of the stars. And all these clans went to Kurukshetra. Krishna was there with his queens and his parents, the Yadavas, and also the inhabitants of Vrindavan came also. And in one sense, this is the first time from the version of the Bhagavatam, so to say, that the friends of Krishna from Vrindavan saw Krishna after many, 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 many years. They were always living in Vrindavan, missing Krishna. Oh, where's Krishna? How is he doing? And then finally they meet him in Kurukshetra. So it was a very emotional situation. And many things happened. Actually, a couple of chapters are dedicated to this incident in the Bhagavatam. At one point, there were great sages and praying to Krishna, explaining to all people assembled, this Krishna who is pretending to be your son, pretending to be your friend, relative, living with you in this city, actually is the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Manushya Tanum, pretending to be a human. And all the people kind of knew that, but at the same time, because Krishna puts everyone in this illusion of, you are my friend, you are my son, you are my wife, you are my girlfriend, right? He's tricky, right? But at the same time, sometimes he shows, no, actually I'm not, actually I'm the Supreme Lord, shows Arjuna the universal form and things like this, shows his mother the universal form in his mouth. And at the same time, then bewilders her again, no, you are my mother, like he's putting everyone back and forth somehow or other, right? So it switches so much that sometimes you think, yeah, what is true now? Is he now my friend or is he my God? What does he want actually? And of course, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, in our tradition, we say, no, he wants you to be in illusion that you don't know that he is God, that you can love him more. But at the same time, sometimes Krishna destroys this illusion. So it's a little bit tricky, going back and forth. So, these great sages pray and explain to all people assembled, this is the Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He knows everything, he's in everyone's heart, and he's the creator, and now he's just standing there as he would be a regular person. And everyone's like, wow, amazed. And then Vasudev prays to Krishna, many verses, and then also Devaki. Now Devaki comes and says, now I hear that you are actually not my son. You're the Supreme Lord. All the sages said, my husband says it too. Please do me a favor. I'm so attached to these children I lost when I was in this prison. And I heard that you brought back the child of your guru. Because when Krishna was learning the 64 arts of Vedic knowledge in 64 days, it's very interesting also, because he went to Gurukul and his guru was, to wake you up, to make you think a bit, who was the guru of Krishna? Sandipani Muni, you know, because you're also a Gurukuli, right? Every Gurukuli should know that. The guru of Krishna. Yeah. Sandipani Muni. And this was in Ujjain, in Ujjain, in Shantipur, no, not Shantipur. What was it? But what's the place? So it was not a certain place mentioned. Huh? No, Shantipur is in something like this, huh? The Shantipur is in Bengal. Someone remembers? There was the city. Avantipur. Yeah, it was Avantipur. Yes. No, was it Avantipur? Anyways, I'm a little bit wilder now. Anyways, maybe it was like this. But in nowadays Ujjain, so it was quite far away from Mathura, where Krishna was actually living. And he went to the school of Sandipani Muni. And he learned the 64 arts, which are all mentioned in the Bhagavatam, in 64 days. Imagine you learn one day biology, second day physics, third day language, right? All kinds of language. In 64, every day you learn like something what you normally study 10 years. So Krishna was like in one day learning all these things. So he was an amazing disciple. Imagine, he was such a person. Right? Today I learned the Bhagavatam. Today I read all 12 cantos and I know all the Sanskrit and I can tell you that. You would say, wow, this is quite amazing. Right? So and after this, when Krishna went to the school, then the guru came and said, yeah, wonderful, and now you have to give some dakshin. You have to give a donation when you get knowledge. This is a Vedic principle. And I have to explain this also often to my YouTube audience. Actually, you should give also something when there's so much knowledge given. And they do. They are very nice, yes, but some maybe not. Yeah. Actually, we should feel obliged if we get knowledge and give a donation or something. It doesn't have to be money, but something has to be given to guru, to a guru. Whatever knowledge you receive, you should give. Because if you don't give, you will not understand. You will not use it. It will not help you actually. Even you think, oh, now I know it, I can use it. But in the end, it will not be beneficial. Because it's like stealing. You take and you don't give something in return. So this is called dakshin. A dakshin has to be given to a teacher. Guru does not mean in that sense like guru, acharya, who liberates me from the material world. It means a teacher because you get knowledge. This is one aspect of the guru. And then in the end, when the education was done, Krishna was given dakshin. But Sandipani Muni said, because you are not ordinary, as so now, I will not ask an ordinary dakshin. I will ask for something very uncommon, something what nobody can give. Please bring back my son. Many years, it's a chiran, it means like a long time ago, my son died. Please bring him back. Yeah. And Krishna did that. This is another story how he did this. But Devaki heard about that. In your childhood, when you were a child, you were going to school, you brought back the dead son of your guru. So please, now I know even more clearly that you can do amazing things. You are the Supreme Lord. Please bring back my children. And Krishna goes to Sutala. It's very interesting. He goes to Sutala, to Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj lives in Sutala, and Bali Maharaj is amazed. Oh, Krishna is here, and I think Balaram was also there, and he prays to him and all that, and he gives back the children. Some are rather than Sutala, and brings them back to the scene in Kurukshetra, and says, oh my dear mother Devaki, here are your sons. And she's so happy. She sees the children, some other, I don't know, it's not said if they were not grown up or small. Let's imagine they are small. And she is so happy to see them, and she cries and embraces them. Right? So happy. Imagine your child dies and someone brings back your dead child. Imagine like that. It must be far out. Your child dies and someone brings it back. You're like, this is a wonder. It's impossible. How is this possible? Sometimes I have a little experience like this. Because one of my best friends died when he was very young. We were good friends. And he died when he was 19. And I was 21 at the time. It was not nice. No? Your friend dies in a car accident. A very shocking experience. And very often after this, I had dreams where he appeared. Not maybe he, but maybe just, I don't know if it was he or just a remembrance. And very often in my dream, I said, oh, you're alive. You're still, how is this possible? And I was like, wow, I was so happy. Yeah, of course, it was a dream. But it's very amazing if some dead person comes back, especially a person whom you like. Imagine a child comes back. So Krishna did this with Sandipani Muni and did this with Devaki, and they were so happy. And he did that, and they said, why were they actually? And actually, what happened? They came, the children. She embraced them. She cried. She loved them. She fondled them. She gave them milk to drink, because it's always said when a mother feels a tense motherly love toward the child, milk flows from her breast. This is like some or other natural sign of motherly love. If the love of the mother is so strong, milk is produced and she can feed the child. So this is biology, right? This works when a child is small. It needs mother milk. It's so important. Mother's milk. It's amazing, huh? Mother's milk. The mother loves the child so much, it produces the food for the child. And it's the only thing the child can eat. Can't give him, sabchi or a pakora, something here. It's not working. The child, maybe halava will work. Yes, I like halava right from the beginning. No, the child needs the milk of the mother. Yeah. And it's very unfortunate when the woman cannot do this. Sometimes women, it doesn't work too well. And then they have like a machine and they can suck out the milk and then give it to the child my little sister had like this. My mother somehow or other, in the third child, it didn't work so well. She had like a machine to pump out the milk and then put it in a bottle and then give it to my sister like this. Yeah. Then it was the mother's milk. So they touch, and actually, I think nowadays, I'm not following this up too much, but sometimes I see this on YouTube because I'm seeing this on YouTube, but these videos, because there's this trend of, I don't know what it is, anti-conservative trends maybe, and where it's spoken somehow or other about breastfeeding being something not nice or not good or something disgusting, and there's a whole movement now of conservative people who proclaim, no, this is very important, we should keep this up, and it's very important that the child is fed, but something, there's some social discussion. I don't follow this too much. But this is very, very important, because the small child, right, you come into this world, you're born, and you are like vulnerable, you are like, you need shelter, you need love, you need food, a child cannot survive for, how long can a small child survive if you put it in the wilderness? I don't know, 1, 2, 3 days. There's now this boy, you heard about this in Spain now? There's a hole somewhere in Spain. It's 100 meters deep. It's like they wanted to make some well. And there was a family, this is on some, I don't know, yeah, in some garden or something. And the family went there, and they have a small child, 2 years old, and fell in the well. 100 meters, 70 meters it's down now. And now it's right now happening, and it's like for almost 10 days. And now a huge arrangement, and they try to get it out. And actually today or tomorrow they are about to go where he is, and they don't know if he's still alive. Because I tell this in this regard, because this affection between a mother and the parents and the child is so intense. So how must the parents be now? 10 days, your child is in this well, and you don't know if it's alive. And they say the chances are now very, very small that he can still, 100 meters there. So this is very tested. No? This attachment is tested so much. So Devaki, when she saw the children, she was so happy. Milk flowed. She gave them milk, and she was fondling them, and all her, this frustration for so many years was completely eradicated, right? And it said when this was done, the children went to the heavens. But it was all right, because Devaki, the desire was fulfilled. So Krishna fulfilled the desire. She had this desire so long, so intense. Krishna fulfilled the desire, and then the children somewhere, okay, that's good, because actually we are not your children. Actually we are demigods. Because originally these 6 children were the name of Kirtiman. Kirtiman, it said, was the firstborn child of Vasudeva. Kirtiman. They were born originally by Marichi in the first first Manvantara of Swayambhuva Manu, like long time back, really, really long time back. They were born by Marichi, and they were laughing at Brahma. So when we learn something now from this little lecture, don't laugh at Brahma. That means trouble. Even if he does something really bad, don't laugh at Brahma. In general, don't laugh at superiors, even if they do something bad. Brahma is the top person in the universe. You cannot be higher than him. And once he's the Pitamaha, right? He's the grandfather of the universe. He produces so many children and sages and living entities. He's the original father. And once he produced, or out of his body, somehow manifested a girl. And her name was Vak. Vak means speech. It's interesting, speech. Because speech is feminine. Also Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, of speech, intelligence, I'm women or something, right? So, and she was very beautiful. And Brahma felt attracted to his daughter. No, it's not like daughter, it's like his creation somehow or other, but it said his daughter, and he was attracted. And he wanted to have sexual union with her. And she was like shocked and ran away, and the sages protected her and said, Brahma, what's going on, cool down, right? And he said, oh, okay. Yeah. Somehow or other he was bewildered, right? And he said then he gave up this body, because Brahma can give up, when he does something like this, he gives up the body, which is then contaminated by some sin, and it was fine again. But the 6 sons of Marichi, they were laughing at Brahma. Look at this Brahma, what's he doing? They were like joking or something. Somehow they were laughing at him. And Brahma cursed them. You will get born in very bad families. Don't laugh. And we could think, come on, why not laugh? Why not? He did something really not nice. The sages also were saying, Brahma, hello, this is not right. But they were doing it in a nice way. But they were like, like this, from ego. And then they were cursed and they got born as children of whom? No. Because he was cursing them that you will get born of a terrible father and he will kill you. Who is the biggest rascal in the whole universe, in all history? Hiranyakashipu. Yeah. They were born as the sons of Hiranyakashipu. And somehow or other got... it's not mentioned, but somebody got killed by him or got cursed by him also. And then again they were born of another great demon. His name is Kalanemi. And Kalanemi is Kamsa. Kalanemi was, there was a big battle between the demigods and the demons, and there's another big story. It's in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And there's a big battle between all the demigods and all the demons. All the great demigods on the battlefield and all the great demons, and they fight for a long time. And at one point, the demons overcome demons overcome the demigods and create many illusions. And what is a devotee doing when he has trouble? He prays, so all the demigods pray to Krishna, to Vishnu, and suddenly Vishnu appears and all these illusions go away. And when the demons see Vishnu, who is riding on Garuda, they immediately attack him. And there's one guy, Kalanemi, he says, oh, this is Vishnu, this is the leader of the demigods, we have to kill him immediately. And he runs to Vishnu, and I think he has a spear, and he throws a spear at Vishnu, but either Garuda or Vishnu himself catches the spear, takes it, and throws it back at Kalanemi and kills him. Kalanemi is dead, and during he dies, he sees Vishnu, and he's like dying in this anger towards Vishnu. And then this Kalanemi gets born again, next life, as Kamsa. That's the reason why Kamsa is always like, oh, I hate this Vishnu. I hate Krishna. So, in the second birth of a bad father, these boys got born of Kalanemi, and some or other in the third birth, they got born of Devaki, where Kamsa, the father of the previous life, killed them. So they got into a trouble of a couple of lives with their father, right? Because they offended Brahma. And and then they got killed by Kamsa and come back through Krishna, who brings him to Devaki. Devaki is so happy, and then now the family drama is over. Yeah? With this, Krishna dissolves this whole karmic issue. Devaki is happy, my children are back. They are absolved of their sin of criticizing Brahma, so their karma is gone. Devaki is happy and they go back to the heavenly planets. Devaki lets them go. Okay, thank you, I now understand. And Krishna resolves the whole, drama. Very interesting. So again, Devaki. Anyways, this I don't want to sidetrack now, but on this point we can end. So, but the interesting thing is that Krishna. I got now a comment on one of my YouTube videos. So I will discuss that, because someone said, yeah, I chanted a bit Hare Krishna for some time. It's nice, but I make some astrology also. I like astrology, but it's said in astrology that the Hare Krishna mantra is somehow in the, I don't know what is that, 4th house. And if you do this will take all your good karma away. And your riches and your money is taken away. And because Krishna wants to that you come to him, so now I don't chant Hare Krishna anymore. Because I'm a little bit skeptical, because I don't want Krishna to destroy my material life. So I will answer to that. And this is fitting in this situation. In the Bhagavad Gita, there's a verse 922 where Krishna says, Yogakshemam vahamyaham. I preserve what you have, and I give what you lack. That what is missing, I will give you, and what you have, I preserve. It's not that Krishna whimsically takes away your good things. Krishna is not doing that. Krishna takes away the things which are bad for you. But at times, material things are necessary. Like this Devaki situation, you can see, this was not necessary. She could think, I don't need my children, and I have Krishna here, what I need my children. But no, she had this desire, and Krishna fulfilled the desire. Akama sarva kamova moksha kamo darati tivrena bhakti yogena yacheta purusham param. You should always worship Vishnu, always worship Krishna. If you have no desires, akama, you have no desires, you want nothing in this world, completely renounced, worship Vishnu, worship Krishna. If you have all desires, sarva kama means all desires, everything you can desire, you desire. I think it's quite troublesome state of mind if you really have all desires. But it said, worship Krishna. And if you have desire for liberation, worship Krishna. In all circumstances, worship Krishna. And trust Krishna that he will help you. So even if you have the material desires, worship Krishna. And Krishna will help you. Because all of us, we have some material desires. Right? So if you want to have children, this was what devotees do. They chant Hare Krishna. Please give me a nice child. If a devotee wants to get married, you have to pray, please Krishna Samarada. I cannot overcome this. I need a partner. Please help me. Yeah. On book distribution also, I want this with 100 books. Krishna will help you. He will give it to you. If you want to be successful for him, or even for yourself in one sense, if the desire is too strong, Krishna will help you. But surrender to Krishna. Yeah. So we see this in Devaki's situation. He does it. And then her desires were fulfilled, and she was completely happy, and everything was fine. Yeah. So we should have this trust in Krishna. Good. Thank you so much. Any questions, please? Yeah.
I have 2 questions.
2, okay.
So the first is, and the other thing is that you said, I wondered, Krishna brought back the son of Sandipani Muni, so Sandipani Muni's son is also Sudama, isn't it?
You mentioned a very nice point, but it was not Sudam, it's different. The name is not mentioned. Sudam is just a colleague of Krishna. But it's very interesting. In the Vidakta Madhava, Rupa Goswami, in the beginning, there is Purnamasi. She plays like one of the main roles. She's not in the Bhagavatam, right? She's not. But Purnamasi is one of the main actors in the Leela. She is the mother of Sandipani Muni. Sandipani Muni's mother, right? And she is the grandmother of Nandimukhi and Madhumangal. Because Sandipani Muni is a Brahmana.
So Madhumangal,
yeah. And Purnamasi is a Brahmani. So the grandchild is Madhumangal, is a Brahmana boy. Madhumangal is not a cowherd boy. So he is the son of Sandipani Muni. And he's the son whom Krishna saved. This is, yes.
But maybe he had 2 or 3.
No, it's said.
But how does it work in time?
It was before. Oh no, it was after. But anyways, Rupa Goswami says it, right? In this logic, it is like this, and Rupa Goswami also said it. That is, Madhumangal is actually saved by Krishna.
The second question, it said one of the purpose I read that Rohini was the sister of Vidura.
Rohini was the sister of Vidura. Okay.
How is this possible?
Where is this said?
I said Prabhupada says in the purport.
Ah, okay.
I gave lecture and I read this and I was wondering like how they quote. Do you find any reference?
We have to see.
What's the story of Rohini? What's the story of Rohini?
I don't know too much about Rohini, but she is also a wife of Vasudeva. Yes. She is a wife because Vasudeva married Devaki and her sisters. So either Rohini is one of the sisters or she is extra, but probably she is one of the sisters of Devaki because he married all the children of King Devaka, all the daughters. Vasudeva married all the daughters of King.
But cannot be a sister of Devaki then because she's a sister of Vidura.
Then yeah, that's what I mean. So, but this is for sure. Okay. Maybe she's then, but she is a wife of Vasudeva. So we have to see in the family tree where they are, because sometimes Prabhupada says sister, like it's said that Devaki is the sister of Kamsa, but she's not really the sister; she's the cousin. And in Vedic culture, the cousin was considered like brother-sister. The relationship was so close between cousins that at times it's said your sister or your brother, even though it's your cousin. Technically it's your cousin, but practically it's your sister or brother. So we have to see how this fits together. So with Rohini's story, I don't know, maybe. But we can probably find this out. Okay? Yeah.
Can you maybe tell please something more about this with the demigods that in Krishna Lila there are demigods, but if they are connected with Krishna, why do they have to forget actually the wrong identity?
What they think and know about their identity, I cannot say. But one thing is that, they are demigods. Vishnu told Brahma, tell all the demigods they should incarnate now when I appear to help me in my Leela, to destroy the demons and all that. Because Mother Earth went to Brahma and said, there are so many demons. This is like the main reason, like one of the main reasons why Krishna appeared. And then he said, the demigods should also come and help in this Leela. But these demigods at the same time are expansions of the eternal associates of Krishna in his Leela in the spiritual world. Many of them, or some of them at least. So this is what I mean, this double identity. In one sense, the actors in Krishna Leela are demigods. In one sense, they are eternal living beings in the spiritual world. So it is said that some of these eternal residents have demigod expansions. They have demigod expansions. Yeah. And in Krishna's Leela, they kind of merge together. Yes? So what do they know now? Am I a demigod, or am I Nitya Siddha, or am I now in this Leela with Krishna? I cannot know. I don't know how they perceive themselves. Okay? I cannot say how they... Yes?
I just also have two questions. First of all, can you explain what is Advaita Vedanta?
No, I don't do that now. This is a bigger topic, but yeah.
And the other is, was Devaki also some demigod? Because when Vishnu was asking Brahma to appear demigods, he asked appear demigods in their wives.
Yeah, exactly. She was also. It's mentioned she was Prishni and Sutapa. Is this, or was this Nanda or Yashoda? I always mix this up. Yeah? Yeah, Prishni and Sutapa. This is mentioned in the 10th canto.
But in Krishna book it's written that Krishna promised for in this lifetime Devaki and Vasudeva, because they did great penances and austerities, these living entities, these how to say jivas, will 3 times have as a son.
Yeah, Exactly.
Krishna.
Yeah, exactly.
So from this I understand that Devaki was not incarnated, no, was not demigod.
No, it said in life before, there was once she was Aditi and Kashyapa, yeah, and there was Vamana, and then what else was there? Then they got Prishnigarbha, right?
Yes.
Sutapa and Prishni.
Life before, but
This was before, and then as Devaki and Vasudev.
so from this I can understand that previous life they were Sutapa and
Yes.
Prishnigarba, and
Yeah.
this life was Deva and Devaki, so it's not said that they were demigods which came to the earth and just
No, yeah, okay, they were sages, okay, but
also in Krishna book is told that just
yeah, but 1 second, I want to just say sages, demigods, this like beings from another realm. So demigods in this, I mean, like it's a collective term for all non-human, humanoid beings.
it's also interesting that in Krishna book is written that this life is the last and they will finish.
Yeah, it was the last of this demigod expansion of the original Devaki and Vasudev. Because Devaki and Vasudev, according to our Gaudiya Vaishnava theology, exist eternally in the eternal Dvaraka. Yes? Good. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I hope we learned something today. Don't laugh at your seniors, even if they do nonsense. Yeah? Meaning, if there's some nonsense happening, then politely, yeah, and nicely correct. Yeah? Even after Shukadev Goswami told Parikshit about Ras Leela, Parikshit was wondering, how is the Lord doing this? Dancing with married girls at night is a little bit weird. And then Shukadev said, don't criticize powerful people. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Which shouldn't mean that we become now completely, oh, whatever happens is good, right? We have the balance is the point, right? Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada K. Nitai Gaur Premanande.